back to the video. So today I'm going to show you how to do a cool makeup look for when you're in California and you get asked out by a snazzy kid and you don't know what to do. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to go in with like blues and I'm just going to lace my full face with like blues. So I'm doing our clown nose because kind of obsessed with clown nose. They're just beautiful. And then we're going to do a little bit of like under the eye. Then hit him with the brush. See? We're just doing that. Okay. So, we're just kind of blending it right now with my brush. I look weird right now. Kind of look like a zombie. But, like, hopefully, as we get farther into this look, we will realize that I'm just a beautiful butterfly waiting to sprout. Waiting a long time to sprout, but waiting to sprout. So story time about this look. Okay, so I was going to California with my family because that's what I was doing, and it was time to go to California because we like always went to California like every single year just to go as a trip. We got there, and like halfway through my trip, I noticed this one guy who would always come to me when I was like getting food. Okay, so we were staying at a hotel. For like some background information, we were staying at a hotel, so there were like multiple people there. We were in the lobby, and they like served free food. So we were down getting breakfast, and this guy came up to me, and I had grabbed like pancakes, and then I grabbed a yogurt. Okay, and this guy came up to me. He said, "Do you need help opening that yogurt?" And I'm like, of course I did not. I'm like such a snazzy genius that I didn't need help with it. And of course, I was like, no. I was so confused by this. Because, like, why would I need help with my yogurt? Like, it's not even that hard to open. Okay. Plus, I wasn't even seated yet. So, like, I didn't need my yogurt. It was just going to fall off the tray that I had. So, it seemed really dumb to me at the time. So, then I just went back onto my date. I got to my seat. And I was just doing my thing. Okay. We go there for lunch. Okay. So we're down in the lobby again, I see him again, and I'm, like, getting some eggs this time. And this guy is by the milk place, where I'm also at. He's like, "Are you getting cereal?" And I'm, like, obviously scooping eggs onto my plate, so I'm getting eggs. He's like, "If you're getting cereal, don't use the milk, right?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, the milk's just not worth it. Just eat it dry." I'm like, thanks. And once again, very confused why this person's talking to me. So this happens a couple more times. It's like just random gestures, like telling me that I shouldn't do something because this might happen. I'm walking with my sister. And he walks up to me, he says, "Hello." And I'm like, "Hi." And I'm like kind of confused why he's up here right now talking to me, like at all, again. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And he turns to my sister. He says, "Does she come here a lot?" And I'm like, whoa, okay, whoa, way to go there. So this guy literally stopped talking to me to turn to my sister to ask a question about me. I'm like, she's like, "No, she doesn't, because we don't live here," right? Clearly. I'm like, "Yeah. Also, if you couldn't tell, I don't live in California. Just there. Okay? So she's like, "No, so, because we don't live here." He's like, "Yeah, okay, same." And he's like, "What's her name?" I'm like, "You're not gonna ask me my name." So I'm sitting here as my sister listens to this, and she's like, she didn't hear it correctly, right? So she gives him her name. He was asking for my name, but we were both confused since he turned to her and was started talking to my sister for some reason. She was confused, so she gave him her name, thinking he was talking to her, and then later he turns right over to me and says, "Hey, you want to go watch a movie in the other room?" And I'm like, okay, let me think about this. So no, I did not want to go with this random stranger into a different room to watch some movie that they had. Okay, keep in mind, let me give you some background story. This different room was like just some random place they had in the lobby that like played Disney shows and stuff. So of course I was like, no, but I was like really shy at the time, so I was like, no, thank you. Really quietly. Because I was so overwhelmed with shock and everything, my sister had to come in and say that we were going to Disneyland, because we were. Of course, we still had like 30 minutes before leaving, so it wasn't like immediate. But I still didn't want to go, and what was she supposed to do? Just leave me to go? Well, no. So she took me in, and he's like, yeah, okay, so maybe later. So I went to Disneyland. I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 you know, tell me if you ever see him for the rest of the trip. I'm like, yeah, okay, I will. And I never saw him for the rest of the trip. So, moral of the story is, was that kid super legit? Probably. Was it super smooth? Not the smoothest, but it was pretty cool. Okay, bam. So, time to do some more fun stuff. I'm doing my brows right now. I quit on the island for a little bit, so I'm gonna do my brows now. There you go. My eyebrows are really dark now. Let's do the eyeshadow itself. Bam, there you go. We're trying to do a smoky eye, so we're gonna blend it out a little bit more. So we're gonna do the nose a little bit. Nose. Time for the lips. So that's definitely our blue. So, did I totally get asked out in California? Yes. Was it when I was super young? Yes. And was I totally freaked out by it? Totally. But looking back at it now, I think that's one of the funny stories I have to this day. Kind of looks like I boiled my skin. And there's your look. Wait. We must finish it off. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye!